Yes, students. Now we will revise registration topic, that is chapter 9. Guys, section 22 to 30 of CGST Act talks about registration, and each and every section is a part of your syllabus. Intermediate syllabus. I have given the list, you can see 22 to 30. Each and every section is covered in your syllabus, guys. So if I have to come to the section number of the first page of my material, I just want to mention what all we have covered till now, guys. So value of supply we have done. Then credit part. In the previous chapter we have covered. That is section 16, 17, 18 we have covered. Whereas 19, 20, 21 part of ITC but not a part of your syllabus. So this 3 is not a part of your syllabus. Then whatever we will be covering in this chapter is 22 to 30. Every chapter I have arranged in the same order. We'll be covering it section wise, guys. Yes, sir. With this disclosure, let us straight away jump into registration chapter. Registration chapter, guys. Shalom. Registration of any business entity under the GST law implies obtaining a unique number from the concerned tax authorities for the purpose of collecting the tax on behalf of the government and to avail input tax credit for the taxes on its inward supply. Guys, to claim credit, one of the point or condition was what? I should be registered. Means as a recipient, I should be registered. Only then I can claim the credit. Yes, sir. As per section 2107, taxable person means a person who is registered or is liable to be registered under section 22 or section 24. The registration under GST is permanent, that is permanent account number, PAN based, but state wise, guys. Okay, PAN based, state specific means, sir, I am having operation in 5 states. I have to take registration in all 5 states, but under one PAN. I will have only one PAN. Sir, for each and every state will I have one PAN? No. PAN movie, PAN India, you say, na? PAN India means, sir, one. Clear? For entire India, one number. So that is what. And it is a unique number for income tax also. And now for GST also. For GST, when I apply for registration and I obtain registration, I will get GST IN. There, the first 10 digits is my PAN. Okay, so 10 digits is actually my PAN itself, guys. Out of 15 digits is there, 10 digit is my PAN itself. Okay, so. Chalo. Now, who should get registered? The person, whoever is covered in section 22 or 24, guys. The registration under GST, okay, that is done. Next, GST IN is a 15-digit number and a certificate of registration incorporating the GST IN is made available to the applicant upon registration. Guys, this certificate of registration will be granted in REG 06. REG 06. Next, every registered person shall display his GST IN on the name board exhibited at entry of his principal place of business and at every additional places or places of business. You guys would have observed on the name board of any company or business, they would have mentioned, if they are registered under GST, they would have also mentioned their GST IN, guys. Registration under GST is not tax specific. Sir, should I take registration under each of this IGST, CGST, SGST? No. If you have taken registration in Karnataka state, it means you have registered under all the acts of GST. You need not apply for a separate registration under each act, guys. That is CGST, SGST, UTGST, IGST and cess. Then what are the sections we will be covering in this chapter, sir? 22 talks about who should get registered, conditional registration. Okay. 23 talks about who should not get registration. Then 24 will tell who should compulsorily get registered. Okay, sir. 25 will tell what is the procedure to get registered. Guys, simple. 22, 23, 24 will answer the question who. And sir, 25 will answer the question how. How? 26 deemed registration. Then 27 special provision relating to casual taxable person and non-resident taxable person, that is CTP and NRTP. Next, 28 amendment of registration. 29 talks about cancellation. Then 30 getting back my cancellation. Means whatever registration has been cancelled, sir, can I get it back? Yes. That is revocation or cancellation, guys. Each and every section is covered. We will see one by one. 22 subsection 1, guys. See, it is simple, guys. Simple math equation. Let me write it as equation. It is like this. 22 plus 24 minus 23 is who should get registered. Who should get registered is given in where? 20 to 24 has told who should get registered. 23 has told who should not get registered. Clear? Yes, sir. So it is 22 plus 24 minus 23. Okay, sir. First, 22 subsection 1 is very important section, guys, which talks about threshold limit for registration. Every supplier shall be liable to be registered in the state or union territory if his aggregate turnover in a financial year exceeds 10 lakh in case of MMNT. MMNT. What is it, sir? Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, and Tripura. They have taken only 4 special states here. Rest all, it is 20 lakh. Rest all, it is 20 lakh. But if you are exclusive supplier of goods within the states, as per notification, they have increased the limit to 40 lakh. 40 lakh only for the exclusive supplier of goods within the state. Okay. Subsection 1, very important. 10, 20, 40. You should know when 10, when 20, when 40. We will talk about it again later, because I have to cover the notification and all, for whom it is applicable, for whom it is not applicable and all. Yeah. Coming to subsection 2, guys. Every person who, on the day immediately preceding the appointed day, that is 1st July, the day on which GST came, is registered or holds a license under any existing law. Sir, I was registered under VAT, CST, or excise duty service tax before. Then from 1st July for your registration under GST is mandate, which is as on today outdated. Clear? So subsection 2 will not play a major role, guys, because whoever was already registered before 1st July, they would have already registered by now. As on today, it is not so relevant. Then subsection 3, where a business carried on by a taxable person registered under this act is transferred to another person as a going concern, the transferee or the successor shall be liable to be registered with effect from the date of such transfer or succession. Guys, assume I sold my business to you. I sold my business to you and my business was registered under GST. Now sold my business means all assets and liabilities of business comes to you. Yes, registration also take it. No. I cannot transfer the registration. Why? I would have taken the registration under my PAN. Now I have to cancel my registration and you have to apply for fresh registration and take it. For you, is registration applicable? Yes, you have bought a business which was already registered under GST. For you, registration is mandatory. So as you are acquiring the business, you cannot acquire registration also straight up. So I cannot transfer my registration to you as I have taken the registration under my PAN. So I have to cancel out my registration and you have to apply for a fresh registration and get it done. Subsection 4. In case of transfer pursuant to amalgamation or demerger of 2 or more companies pursuant to an order of an High Court, tribunal or otherwise, the transferee shall be liable to be registered with effect from the date on which Registrar of Companies issue a certificate of incorporation. This is by way of any court order or tribunal, guys. So the person has to get registered as on the date the certificate of incorporation is issued. 22 done. Now coming to 24. Sir, 22 ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ 23 ಅಲ್ವಾ sir? I will cover 24 first and then go to 23, guys. 24 talks about compulsory registration of the following people. Compulsory registration of the following people. Who are those? Notwithstanding anything contained in section 22 subsection 1, means irrespective of their turnover, the following categories of persons shall be required to be registered under this act. Who are those? Person making interstate taxable supply, then casual taxable person making taxable supply, and the person who are required to pay tax under reverse charge. Guys, all these 3 I have to read with section 23, because here they told mandatory, but here they gave some exceptions. They gave some exceptions. So that is why you can see there I have marked a flower bracket and I have told read with section 23. I will cover it later. Together I will cover. Okay, sir. So these 3 people they told as on now, as per 24 mandatory. Okay, sir. Next, non-resident taxable person always mandatory registration. Then 5th, person who are required to pay tax under section 9(5), that is electronic commerce operator, guys. That is on what services? RAT services. Should they take the registration mandatorily? Yes. Next, every electronic commerce operator who is required to collect tax under section 52, part of your syllabus now. Under old syllabus, this was not there. New syllabus, they have added it. 51, 52, both. Okay. Now, e-commerce operator, whenever is supposed to collect TCS mandatory registration, yes. Next, person who supply goods or services subject to threshold limit and conditions through electronic commerce operator, who is required to collect tax at source under section 52. Means they are talking about person here, means who? Suppliers. If e-commerce operator is supposed to collect TCS, for him mandatory registration. Now, supplier who is supplying goods or services through him, should they also get registered? Yes. But if and but is there, we will see that. I will explain later. Wherever detailed explanation is there, I will take care. Don't worry. We are just going through the list now. Persons who are required to deduct TDS. TDS deductor and TCS collector, they are playing around with government money. Playing around alla papa, they are collecting or deducting on behalf of government. So they should take registration mandatorily. Yes. Next. Ninth, person who make taxable supply of goods or services or both on behalf of other taxable person, whether as an agent or otherwise. Sir, I am agent supplying goods on behalf of you. You are a taxable person. Should I also get registered? Yes, I should also get registered. Next, the new entry. Every person supplying online money gaming from a place outside India to a person in India. Where is recipient? In India. Where is supplier? Outside India. So should that guy get registered in India? Yes. Which guy? Who is outside India? Supplier. Because normally many platform or app they would have developed outside India, but you guys will be using it. Okay. Yenadu? PUBG. We have only PGBP, but you guys use PUBG, no? Developed in China, correct? Yes, assume they don't have any office or establishment in India. Now you guys are using it. Should they come and get registered here? Yes. Clear. Come andre literally, physically they need not come. They can apply it online also. Okay. 24. Now coming to 23. Who should not get registered under GST? Guys, important. Why? Because when you have to decide who should get registered or not, you should have a knowledge of all three sections. Sir, I know 22, sir. Is it enough? May not be, because something might be covered in later sections. Only when you know all three, you can answer it all together. Look here. The following person shall not be liable to registration, namely, who are those? Any person engaged exclusively in supplying goods or services or both that are not liable to GST are wholly exempt from GST. Now, guys, assume my aggregate turnover. Hello, my aggregate turnover applicable for registration is how much? 10, 20, 40. Agree now? Now I am supplying only what is exempt under GST. Assume charitable. Assume I am supplying only charitable activities. Fully exempt. Yes. My exempt turnover is 50 lakh. Should I get registered? No. Now look at the beauty. Now look at the beauty. Aggregate turnover as per 2.6 includes exempt supply. So my aggregate turnover is 50 lakh. Should I get registered? No. As I am exclusively supplying something which is exempt, I need not get registered. Clear? Same way. Sir, I am supplying petrol. My turnover is 1 crore. Should I get registered under GST? No. Now look at the beauty. Now look at the beauty. Looking. Listen here. Sir, I am supplying one taxable supply, one exempt supply. I am from Karnataka. What is the threshold limit applicable for Karnataka? Let us take it as 20 lakh. Goods alla bitpudi 20 lakh you take. Okay. Taxable supply is only 8 lakh, sir. Exempt supply is 20 lakh, sir. Should I get registered? Should I get registered? Should I get registered? Yes. What is my aggregate turnover? 28 lakh. More than 20 lakh. Should I get registered? Yes. Next, I am from Karnataka. Threshold limit applicable for me is 20 lakh. I am supplying only exempt supply. Turnover is 50 lakh. Should I get registered? No. More than 20 lakh, na? No. I'm exclusive supplier of exempt sum. So the twist here was, if you are supplying both, your aggregate turnover will include both. Your aggregate turnover will include both. So if it is more than 20 or whatever is the limit applicable for you, you should get registered. You should get registered. Hope you got it. Next. However, okay, sorry. Second one, clause B. An agriculturist to the extent of supply of produce out of cultivation of land. Means agriculturalist or farmer who is supplying only crops, exempt from registration. So, 1 crore, 2 crore. If you go to Punjab, you will find crores together income for them. Farmers, rich farmers. Now, sir, they are earning crores in agriculture, sir. It's okay. Agriculture means okay, exempt. Take it. How much ever you want, you take it. Okay, sir. Now, sir, what if they are doing agriculture along with non-agriculture? If their aggregated turnover crosses, they have to get registered. But if they get registered, doesn't mean that they have to pay tax on everything. No, no, no. On exempt supply, they enjoy exemption. Only on taxable supply, they have. For example, I grow paddy, sell paddy also. Along with that, few of the quantity, I will process into rice and sell it. Will I enjoy the exemption here? No. Assume by sale of paddy, my turnover is 60 lakh. By sale of rice, only 2 lakh. Should I get registered? Yes, 62 lakh, I should get registered. I should get registered, but I will pay GST only on sale of rice tax. Okay, coming to subsection 2. Subsection 1 clearly told which case is covered here. Okay. Subsection 2 gave power to the government. Gave power to the government. Following category of persons have been notified by the government as being exempted from obtaining registration under GST law. Read with section 24. Why read with section 24? I have put a bracket here. See, this is how the connections are. This is how you have to study. Okay. So, this 3, they gave some exemption here. What is it? Guys, listen. First point. Notification. Through notification, they have notified these 3 cases. Person, that is the suppliers engaged only in taxable outward supplies. The total tax on which is liable to be paid on reverse charge basis by the recipient. Should recipient get registered? Yes. But should the supplier get registered? No. Exception is, however, nothing contained in this notification shall apply to any person engaged in supply of metal scrap. Amendment. Yes, listen, I have made one small charts on this. Where is it? Yeah. First one, reverse charge mechanism. Reverse charge mechanism. Guys, listen. Supplier is supplying goods or services which is always taxable under RCM. Exclusively supplying goods or services always taxable under RCM. Will we check supplier's turnover? No, we don't even check. Should he get registered? No. Exempt from registration as per section 23. Sir, his turnover is 50 lakh, 1 crore, 150 crore, 20 crore, whichever it is. No registration. But for recipient, registration is mandatory. When RCM is applicable for recipient, it is mandatory, guys. Liable to pay GST under section under RCM as per section 9.3 of CGST or 5.3 of IGST. I have not covered 9.4 because 9.4 straight away targeted only registered persons. Only if you are a recipient who is registered, RCM is applicable as per 9.4. Even actually in 9.3 also, few of the recipients, they would have used the word registered person. Clear? So when RCM is applicable is only if the recipient is registered, but not all the points, not all the entries. Few entries they would have told only business entity, banking, whether they are registered or not. RCM is applicable. Yes, when RCM is applicable, they have to get registered. They have to get registered. Let me give one more example. Factory registered under Factory Act, not under GST Act. GTA service. Now assume GTA didn't pay tax under forward charge. Should factory pay tax under RCM? Yes. As of now, they are not registered under GST. Should they take registration now? Yes. They have to. Hope you guys got it. Oh. Now I am the supplier. Supplying 2 goods. One is taxable under RCM, one is taxable under FCM. For me, is turnover applicable? Yes. If I cross the turnover, should I get registered? Yes. Here what I told was exemption is only if I'm exclusively supplying goods or services, which is always taxable under RCM. Which is always taxable under RCM, guys. Okay, lifetime exemption for him. Provided is providing only that. Okay. Exception is supplier of metal scrap. Supplier of metal scrap, guys. See, actually this is added in RCM list under goods, but goods which is taxable under RCM is not a part of your syllabus. So if supplier of metal scrap, recipient has to pay GST, guys. So when recipient is liable to, this is goods, metal scrap is a goods. So this item is actually added under goods. So if there is a supplier of metal scrap who has supplied metal scrap to the recipient, for our recipient, RCM is applicable. Should they get registered? Yes. Now listen, there is one small twist here. I have given one chart for that also. Supplier is supplying metal scrap by unregistered supplier to recipient. So for recipient, is RCM applicable? Yes. Should they get registered? Yes. Now, is turnover applicable for the supplier? Yes, guys. Even though he is exclusively supplier metal scrap only, still, if he cross turnover, he should get registered. If he cross 20 lakh or 10 lakh turnover, should he get registered? Yes. And as soon as he get registered, FCM will be applicable. As soon as FCM starts, RCM will end. RCM will End. Hope you understood it. Assume, listen, let me give an example. I am supplying metal scrap for you. I am not registered under GST because I am small. Is RCM applicable for you? Yes. When RCM is applicable for you, should you get registered? Yes. Whether you are small or big, doesn't matter. You have to get registered. Now, if my business turnover crosses the threshold limit for registration, should I get registered? Yes. And once I get registered, RCM will stop. Immediately FCM will take over. When FCM take over, RCM stops. Now, sir, recipient is registered. It's okay. Supplier is also registered. We will tax him. But obviously, who will end up paying tax? Recipient only. Because if supplier is liable, from whom will he charge and collect it, guys? Recipient only. But liability is now on supplier's head. Got it, huh? Clear, huh? Yes. Metal scrap is an amendment. Please be careful. Okay, sir. Next, the person making interstate taxable supplies of services and having an aggregate turnover of less than or equal to 20 lakh or 10 lakh in a financial year. Guys, in 24 they told if you are supplying outside the state, you have to get registered. But now they are telling if you are supplying services outside the state, for you turnover is applicable. Turnover is applicable for you. Means within the state turnover is applicable. Outside the state, turnover is applicable for services. What about goods, sir? Only for handicraft goods or notified goods, exemption is there. Means threshold limit. What is that? We will see. Third part. C. A person, including casual taxable person, making interstate supplies of goods have been exempted from obtaining registration. What are they supplying? Any goods, huh? No. Person making interstate taxable supplies of notified handicraft goods or person making interstate taxable supplies of products made by craftsmen predominantly by hand. Means majority of the work is done by hand weaving and all. Even though some machinery may be used in the process, guys, some toys and all. So for them, is threshold limit applicable? Yes. So what is the threshold limit applicable for them? 20 or 10 lakh. But one of the condition is they should have obtained a PAN, and for the movement of goods, they have to generate e-way bill. Guys, what are covered here is notified handicraft goods. Now, let us take, the place called Chenpatna in Karnataka. They are well known for making toys. Sir, will they sell only in Chenpatna? No. Assume they are taking it for Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh and selling it. Sir, they are small suppliers, sir. Now, just because they are going outside the state and selling it, don't tell registration is mandatory. They are small players. And their living is dependent on that. So in that case, they told, no, registration is not mandatory. For casual taxable person, actually registration is mandatory. But still, if these guys are going outside the state and selling it, they are exempted from registration up to their threshold limit 20 lakh or 10 lakh. If they cross, then they become big. Are they liable to get registered? Yes. Should they pay GST? Yes. Clear. But for moving the goods from Karnataka to other states, should they generate e-way bill? Yes. Sir, if I am not registered under GST, how will I generate e-way bill? Ask recipient or ask transporter to generate. Because who all can generate e-way bill? Supplier, recipient, if not both, transporter. If not, transporter, guys. Yes. Got it? Yes. Now I have made chart on this also. Yeah. Interstate supply. Interstate suppliers. If it is a services outside the state, always threshold limit is applicable. Any services, threshold limit is applicable. But if it is notified handicraft goods or predominantly made by hand, including by CTP, only then threshold limit is applicable. Sir, what if it is any other goods? Compulsory registration. Compulsory registration. Please be careful. For goods, only notified handicrafts goods or goods predominantly made by hand, 20 lakh or 10 lakh is applicable. If it is any other goods supplied outside the state, mandatory registration. Sir, my turnover is only 2 lakh, 5 lakh, 10 lakh. Doesn't matter, sir. Get registered. Get registered. Next. With respect to e-commerce operator also, as 2-3 points are there, I have just made one small chart here, guys. Now, e-commerce operator, guys. Now, what is he doing? Sir, there is a supplier who has listed his products or services on e-commerce operator. Recipient will book it and receive it. and recipient will make the payment to e-commerce operator. E-commerce operator will give it to supplier, maybe after deducting their commission and all, or platform charges. Now coming to e-commerce operator. If e-commerce operators are liable to pay tax on RAT services, guys, as per 9.5, for them registration is mandatory. Now, should supplier get registered in that case? No, supplier is not registered. That is why we are asking, hey, e-commerce operator, pay tax anta. Correct? In that case, will supplier be registered? No. Next, any other services? E-commerce operator has to collect TCS as per section 52. Yes. If he has to collect TCS, should he get registered? Yes, mandatory. Now, what about supplier, sir? Supplier is supplying some goods or services through e-commerce operator other than RAT. Service now. Any services other than RAT through e-commerce operator. And e-commerce operator is supposed to collect TCS on that. Should supplier get registered? Yes, only if his turnover crosses the threshold. If supplier's turnover is within the limit, should they get registered? No, guys. Next, whether they're supplying intra or inter, they enjoy the exemption only up to 20 lakh or 10 lakh. Next, any goods. If supplier is supplying any goods through e-commerce operator, now on that e-commerce operator is supposed to collect TCS? Yes, sir. Should he get registered? Yes. So in simple, e-commerce operator, Papa, he should always get registered. Okay. Now coming to goods, supplier. Sir, should supplier get registered? We will see. Is it an intrastate supply? If yes, then turnover is applicable. Only if he crosses the turnover, he should get registered. Sir, what if it is interstate supply? Mandatory registration. Even though turnover is within the limit, they have to get registered, guys. One chart will give clarity with respect to various points. Please be careful with it. And in this point, I have covered both for ECO as well as supplier. For ECO, I can tell always registration. Whether they pay tax on RAT services or whether they collect TCS on other services or goods, they have to get registered under GST, guys. Okay, fine, sir. So many things. Okay. Now, sir, in section 22, subsection 1, what is the limit given? Actually, 20 lakh or 10 lakh. But 40 lakh limit is given in notification. Now we are reading that notification. Threshold limit for registration for those engaged in exclusive supply of goods enhanced to how much, guys? 40 lakh. Except the following. Means in the following case, 40 lakh is not applicable. Which are those cases? Person engaged in making intrastate supplies in the states of Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Sikkim, Uttarakhand, Mizoram, Manipur, Nagaland, Tripura, Puducherry and Telangana. So in simple, whatever 8 states are there for composition scheme, 75 lakh plus PT here. PT means what, sir? Puducherry, Telangana. Okay, sir. So for this 10 states, it is either 10 lakh or 20 lakh, guys, not 40. Oh, because see, government actually gave the, law gave the power to the government to increase 20 lakh limit to 40 lakh for the exclusive supplier of goods with the request of states. Now government increased the limit to 40 lakh, but some of the states told, no, we don't want 40 lakh. We will keep it as 10 or 20 only. Why? Because more people get registered, they will get more revenue. More people get registered, state will get more revenue. That is why they told, no, 40 alla bada. 10 or 20 is okay for us. Okay. Person who is required to take compulsory registration under section 24. Whoever is covered under 24, they cannot be covered under 40 lakh. Because whoever is covered under 24, for them mandatory, no. Next, suppliers of BT tip. Not bad tip. BT tip. Suppliers of, whether they are manufacturer or trader, doesn't matter here. Easier outward supply the following. Yes means no 40 lakh limit. What is it? Ice cream and other edible ice, whether or not containing cocoa, tobacco and manufactured tobacco substitutes, pan masala, fly ash bricks or fly ash aggregate, fly ash blocks, bricks of fossil mills or similar siliceous earths, building bricks and earthen or roofing tiles. Same which was covered under composition scheme. If you are a manufacturer of bat tip, you are not eligible for both the composition scheme. But here, A is not there, guys. Can you observe A? I have scratched, I have written and I have scratched. Clear? Because I know you would be remembering that bat tip. Here aerated is not covered. Aerated water is not covered. So it is BT tip, not BAT tip. Okay, sir. Next, person taking voluntary registration under section 25 subsection 3. For this guys, 40 lakh limit is not applicable, guys. Okay, so in simple, I have made it further simple. Sir, what, when, how much? Threshold limit for registration for service provider would continue to be either 20 lakh or 10 lakh, guys, because this notification is only for exclusive supplier of goods, that too within the state. That too within the state. Sir, why you are telling within the state? Simple logic. Here, they told whoever is covered under 24 is not eligible for 40 lakh. If you are supplying the goods outside the state, for you, mandatory registration, except notified handicraft goods and goods predominantly made by hand. So when you are covered under 24, for you, turnover also doesn't matter. Should you get mandatory registration? Yes. Okay, guys. So let us see the table now. Threshold limit for registration of exclusive supplier of goods within the state. What is the limit? For MMNT, 10 lakh. For remaining 6, totally 10 states are there here. Totally 10 states. So for 4 out of it is 10 lakh. For remaining 6 it is 20 lakh. For remaining 6 it is 20 lakh. Rest all the states and union territory, it is 40 lakh. So for this states, it is either 10 or 20 lakh, guys. Next, threshold limit applicable for registration of suppliers of either services or BT tip or both goods as well as services. I am supplying goods along with services, sir. Then MMNT means 10 lakh, for other states and union territory 20. No question of 40. No question of 40, guys. Yes. Now, I have made one table for states. I know students might get confused with the states especially. Sir, which is the special state? I have made one table for the states, guys. Which is it? We will see. Listen, guys. One by one we will see. As per Article 279A, what are the special states, guys? 11 states. Sir, which are those? 3 topmost states plus 8 northeastern states. Sir, please name them, sir. Jammu Kashmir, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, 3 topmost states, plus 8 northeastern states, which are Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Meghalaya, Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, and Tripura. Okay, totally 11, guys. Turnover limit, sir, everywhere they have not taken all 11. All 11 they have not taken. Only for Article 279A, they are special. So India map also I have given. You can just have a look where it will come on the. Sir, you told top 3. How come? How can we trust you? Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand. Top 3. It is going which side? Ange north kade hogta ide. Correct? Yes. So 8 northeastern states, guys. 8 northeastern states. Clear? Yes. Fine. Coming back. Sir, for composition scheme, did they take all 11? No. They have taken only 8 out of 11. So you can see here, shortcut I have given. 11 minus 3. What is that 3? Arch. From 11 they have removed 3. What are those 3? Himachal Pradesh, Assam and Jammu Kashmir. So effectively how many states? 8 states. Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, Tripura and Uttarakhand. So for this, as per section 10.1 and 10.2, what is the threshold limit, guys? 75 lakh. Whereas 10 to A doesn't differentiate. 10 to A always 50 lakh for any states. Okay. Next, registration for section 22 subsection 1. Which are the special states? Only MMNT. Which are those, sir? Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, Tripura. Means out of this 8, they have taken only 4. Out of this 8, they have taken only 4. First, out of 11, they took 8. Out of 8, they are now taking 4. Okay. Next, sir, for notification, 40 lakh, what are the special states? 40 lakh kept 10 states outside. Which are those? Same 8 states, guys. Same 8 states plus PT. Correct? Same 8 states plus PT. Remember in the order. Listen, for composition scheme, how many special states? 8. What are those? 11 minus Arch. Do you remember 11? Yes, minus Arch. What is that Arch, sir? Himachal Pradesh, Assam and Jammu Kashmir. So 8 we got. Now this 8 plus 2. PT is for notification. What is that PT, sir? Puducherry and Telangana. PT or TP? Anyhow you remember. Totally 10 states. For these states, what is the threshold limit applicable, sir? Either 10 or 20. 40 is not applicable for them. 10 or 20. So in one place, I have given everything with respect to special states in one table. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Now, what are the states for GST purpose? We have covered already this, but still repetition. How many states for GST? 28 plus 3, 31. That is Union Territory of Delhi, Puducherry and Jammu Kashmir, which have its own state legislature, is considered as states. Remaining 5 union territories are actual union territories. Totally out of 8 union territories, 3 are considered as states. Remaining 5 is considered as union territory, guys. Okay, sir. So which are those 5 union territories, sir? Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Lakshadweep, Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu, Chandigarh and Ladakh. Just some. Guys, some explanation. Please listen here. Now, I am having operation in Karnataka. Assume I am supplying services. Let me take it as services only. I am supplying only services. What is the threshold limit applicable? 20 lakh. I am supplying only goods. 40 lakh. I am supplying service along with goods. 20 lakh. Okay, now good. Next. I am supplying goods and services along with Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. What is the threshold limit applicable? Supplying service along with goods. 20 lakh. In both the states. Now, 20 lakh is per state or both put together? Both put together. Is it more than 20 lakh? I have to check. Clear? Sir, in both the states, I am supplying goods only within the state. What is the threshold limit applicable for me? 40 lakh. If both the states put together, if I cross 40 lakh, should I get registered? Where? Yes, both the states. Both the states I should get registered. Clear? Yes. So while checking aggregate turnover, you have to check all India basis. Calculate branch wise, but add up. If you have crossed threshold limit, you have to get registered in every state. Okay. Next, I am having operation in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Tripura. What is the threshold limit applicable for me? 10 lakh. Even if I am operating in one special state, the turnover will get reduced to 10 lakh. Now assume my turnover is 8 lakh, 7 lakh, 2 lakh. Should I get registered? Yes. Aggregate is more than 10 lakh. I should get registered. Where should I get registered? All 3 states. All 3 states, guys. Yes. So even if I am operating in one special state, guys, I have to get registered. Now listen, some special cases. Sir, I am operating in Karnataka and Tripura. I am operating in Karnataka and Tripura. In Karnataka, I am supplying petrol. In Tripura, I am supplying pen. Okay, na? Now, the turnover is in Karnataka 30 lakh. In Tripura, it is 5 lakh. First of all, what is the threshold limit applicable for me? 10 lakh. What is the threshold limit applicable for me? 10 lakh. Now, 10 lakh. Tripura, 10 lakh. So, did I cross the threshold limit? Yes. How much is my aggregate turnover? 35 lakh. Sir, in my aggregate turnover, should I include petrol? Yes. Aggregate turnover includes exempt supply. Exempt supply include non-taxable supply. So, aggregate turnover is 35 lakh, more than 10 lakh. Should I get registered? Yes. Where? Only Tripura. Only Tripura. Sir, why not Karnataka? I need not get registered in a state where I am providing non-taxable supply. But to calculate aggregate turnover, should I include it? Yes. Yes. Now, let me interchange the position. Swap it. Now listen. Sir, I am supplying penny within Karnataka. Tripura, I am supplying petrol worth 6 lakh. What is the threshold limit applicable for me? What is the threshold limit applicable? Hey, I am supplying pen within Karnataka. Petrol in Tripura, within Tripura. What is the threshold limit applicable for me? 40 lakh. 40 lakh. Why? In Tripura, I am not supplying taxable supply. So what is the threshold limit applicable for me? 40 lakh. Because in Karnataka, I am supplying within Karnataka goods. Okay. Now, sir, did I cross the limit? No. Should I get registered? No. Let me make it as 35. Now what is my aggregate turnover? 41 lakh. Did I cross 40 lakh limit? Yes. Should I get registered? Yes. Where? Only in Karnataka. Only in Karnataka. So in simple guys, let me simplify. Even if I am operating in one special category states, the limit applicable for me will get reduced. And I should take registration in all the states wherever I am supplying taxable supply if my aggregate turnover crosses the threshold limit. Please be careful, aggregate turnover includes exempt supply. Exempt supply includes wholly exempt supply, nil rated supply, non-taxable supply. But if my aggregate turnover is more than threshold limit, I should take registration only in the states where I am making taxable outward supply. Taxable outward supply. Now, sir, I have operation in special state, but there I am supplying non-taxable supply, sir. Will my threshold limit get reduced? No. It will be either 20 or 40 lakh. So while checking aggregate turnover, should I include that also? Yes. If I cross aggregate turnover, where and all should I get registered? In every state where I am providing taxable outward supply. Clear? And here also for registration chapter, guys, while checking the aggregate turnover should not include. Means if I am providing services, I am not eligible for 40 lakh now. Yes. But if I am providing financial services, extending loan and advances on which in return I am charging interest or discount, I am considered to be exclusive supplier of only goods. Financial services, we will not consider it. Clear? For example, I am supplying goods along with financial service. My applicable turnover is how much? 40 lakh, not 20 lakh. Why? Because if it is a financial service, we will exclude it. We will consider you as exclusive supplier of goods. Sir, I am supplying goods, financial service plus professional services. Am I eligible for 40 lakh? No, I am not eligible. I am not eligible. Okay. Till now, what we understood is only who should get registered under GST. Now we will see how, sir. We understood who should get registered. Now tell me how they should get registered. Section 25 will help. Every person who is liable to register under CGST Act on 17 must to do so within 30 days from the date when he becomes first liable. In case of CTP and NRTP, they have to apply for registration 5 days prior to the commencement of their business. Only for CTP and NRTP, 5 days before they start their business itself, they have to obtain the registration. And about these two special people, I will cover it in 27, guys. Next, whenever you are applying for registration, PAN is mandatory because your GST IN is based on PAN. But except for NRTP. For NRTP, they will obviously not have PAN. We are not asking it. Oh. Section 25(6)(a). Every registered person shall undergo authentication or furnish proof of possession of Aadhaar number. For fresh registration, every individual shall have to authenticate himself with Aadhaar number. Guys, this provision was not there in the year 2017. They added only later. Means linking of Aadhaar with PAN, even in income tax is there. Now, once this provision comes, if I am applying for a registration, at the time of registration itself, I have to give PAN. This came around in 2020, guys. Now, sir, what if I already taken registration before this provision comes? Assume in 17 or 18, I already taken registration. Now, you have to give your PAN, link it with Aadhaar. Link it with Aadhaar. Sir, what if I don't do? Your registration can be liable to be cancelled. Your registration is liable to be cancelled. 25(6)(c). In case of a person other than individual, such as partnership firm, AOP, BOI, company, trust, etc., for getting fresh registration, authentication shall be done by Aadhaar number of whom? Partner, authorized representative, managing director, or trustee. Means if it is entities, guys. If it is entities who is taking the registration, then whoever is a face of it, their PAN or Aadhaar should be given. That is, Aadhaar has to be linked. Clear? So, for example, in case of partnership firm, partner. In case of company, board of director or managing director, they have to give their Aadhaar and link it. Registration need to be taken state-wise. There are no centralized registration under GST. A business entity having its branches in multiple states will have to take separate state-wise registration for branches in different states. Now, sir, in Karnataka only I have 3 branches, sir. How many registration should I mandatorily take? 1. Can I take all 3? Yes, but each registration will be treated as distinct person. Even if you transfer any goods or services between them without consideration also, it will be treated as supply. Sir, what if I am not separately registered? Then you are not distinct. Am I free to transfer the goods from one branch to another branch within the state? Yes, if it is not separately registered, they are not distinct person. Can I supply without consideration? Yes, it will not be a supply. As distinct from is, okay, next. A person having a unit in SEZ or being a SEZ developer shall have to apply for separate registration as distinct from his place of business located outside the special economic zone in the same state or union territory. Guys, assume now I have 2 branches in Karnataka. One is in SEZ, the other one is non-SEZ. How many registration I have to take? 2. SEZ is considered to be location outside India. Sir, should I take it? Separate registration for it? Yes. So location outside India means how? Actually, it is in India only. Only for GST we are treating it. So should we take a separate registration for a branch in SEZ? Yes. Now listen, guys. Sir, I have 5 branches in Karnataka. One is in SEZ, remaining 4 is outside the SEZ. How many minimum registration I have to take? 2. Sir, can I take all 5? Yes, but minimum is 2. Minimum is 2. All 4 put together 1. For SEZ, 1 mandatory. A person who has obtained more than one registration, whether in one state or union territory, or more than one state or union territory, shall, in respect of each such registration, be treated as distinct person. Now, what is the effective date of registration? Important. Effective date of registration depends on when did you apply for registration. In case of application is submitted within 30 days, the date on which the person becomes liable for registration. If the application is submitted after 30 days, then the date on which the registration is granted. I explained it now already while covering ITC. Similar example. Sir, I became liable on 1st January for registration because I was covered in section 22 or 24. I applied it on 15th January. Within 30 days? Yes. Now, registration is granted on 20th January. I am called as registered person from what date, sir? 1st January. Sir, what if I apply it on 14th February after 30 days? Then registration will be granted. But I will be called as registered person from what date? The date on which registration is granted, guys. See, whenever we are applying for registration, application for registration would be done in REG 01. But the registration certificate will be granted in GST REG 06. At least these 2 form numbers remember, guys. There are many other form numbers. At least these 2 you remember. Application in 1. Certificate will be granted in 6. Next, see, at the time of making application itself, I can give my bank account details. Sir, when I am making application, I have not yet opened my bank account, sir. Can I give it later? Yes. Take the registration. After taking registration, within certain time, you have to give your bank account details. Sir, what if I don't give it within that certain time? Your registration can be cancelled. Rule 10A. A registered person has an option to give his bank account details after obtaining registration within 30 days from the date of grant of registration or before furnishing the details of outward supply under section 37. That is in GSTR 1 or if I am following QRMP using invoice furnishing facility, whichever is earlier, guys. Means once I obtained the registration without bank account, I have to give the bank account details within 30 days of grant of registration or before filing the first return. That is GSTR 1 or giving the details of outward supply using invoice furnishing facility, whichever is earlier. Exception is no relaxation for TDS deductor, TCS collector or the person who has obtained voluntary registration. Means they have to give bank account details at the time of registration only. Why? Especially these people are acting on behalf of government. So they cannot take the registration without bank account. Then this guy also, he himself is coming. So in that case, should he have bank account? Yes, at the time of application itself. Next, unique identity number, UIN, given to some foreign embassy and all, guys. Now, any specialized agency of United Nations organization or any multilateral financial institution and organization as notified under the United Nations Privileges and Immunities Act 1947, consulate or embassy of foreign countries is required to obtain UIN from GST and portal. A person having UIN is not a called as registered person. Is he a taxable person? No. Clear. Then why is he obtaining UIN? Because guys, whatever tax they have paid on their inward supply, we are giving a refund of it. We are giving a refund for it. So UIN you can apply centralized. So should I take it for it each and every state? No, centralized. UIN is a centralized. So if foreign embassy is having UIN, do we consider them as taxable person or registered person? No. Only if you have GST IN, you are treated as registered person. And guys, there is a difference between registered person and taxable person. Who is registered person? The person who has obtained the registration, who is having GST IN. Now, who is taxable person? The person who is registered or who is liable to get registered but not yet got registered. Is he also called taxable person? Yes. 25 done. 26 deemed registration. Now, if I have applied for registration in Karnataka state under GST Act and if I have obtained the registration, should I again obtain the registration under different acts, CGST and all? No, guys. Grant of registration or UIN number under SGST Act or UTGST Act under the respective state or union territory is deemed to be registration and or UIN granted under CGST Act. Okay. Should I apply separately under CGST Act and take it? No. Now, sir, I had applied for registration under Karnataka SGST Act. They have rejected it. Can I apply under CGST and check it? No. It is deemed rejection even under CGST Act. Okay, guys. Now, the procedure for registration I have just given by way of chart, which is actually a procedure for registration. It was what is it? We will see. This is actually a part of like ICA material. This part is especially specifically I have taken from ICA material because in one single or two charts they give the complete detail. Let us see it. Procedure for registration. Part 1. Every person liable to get registered and a person seeking voluntary registration shall before applying for registration declare his permanent account number, PAN is mandatory, and state or UT in Part A of Form GST REG 01 on GST Common Portal, guys. Okay, so that is Part A, personal details. PAN is validated online by a common portal from CBDT database because PAN is very good, it is very important or unique number for income tax. They will just cross check from CBDT database. And it is also be verified through separate OTP sent to PAN linked mobile number and email address. Temporary reference number is generated and communicated to the applicant on validated mobile number and email address. Next, using TRN, that is temporary reference number, applicant shall electronically submit application in Part B of application form along with specified documents at the common portal. Part B of application contains, Part A is more of personal details. Part B of application contains the details such as constitution of business, jurisdiction, option for composition if you want to choose directly, date of commencement of business, reasons to obtain registration, address of principal place of business, and nature of activity carried out therein, details of additional place of business, details of bank accounts, details of authorized signatory or other authentication. Yes, all this more related to business. Details you will give in Part B. On receipt of such application, an acknowledgement in prescribed form, that is GSTR 2, guys. It is auto-generated, prescribed form, like acknowledgement, shall be issued to the applicant electronically. That means, sir, registration is granted. No. It is just an acknowledgement telling we have received your application. We have received your application. Yes. A casual taxable person applying for registration gets a TRN for making an advance deposit of tax in his electronic cash ledger, and an acknowledgement is issued only after the said deposit. Now, from applicant point of view, work is done. Applicant shall be forwarded, application will be forwarded to proper officer. He will check it. He will check it. That is Part 2. So, from applicant point of view, work is done, sir. Now, proper officer. he will examine the application and documents whatever is given along with the application. If same is found in order, everything is satisfied. He is satisfied with everything. Then registration will be granted within 7 working days from the date of application without site verification. Means even if site verification is not required. If applicant successfully validate his Aadhaar authentication. This is very smooth process. Sir, application is found, everything is okay, but proper officer wants to do site verification. Site verification means what? He physically want to come to your business place and check it and have a verification. Sir, in which all cases he can do it, sir? Where application fails to undergo Aadhaar authentication, he is not able to do Aadhaar authentication, or else he has done Aadhaar authentication, but still proper officer feels that, missing. I want to go and physically check. Can he come? Yes. Or else, now the new thing, where a person who has undergone Aadhaar authentication is done, but is identified as on the common portal based on data analysis and system parameters to carry out site verification. So in any of these 3 cases, guys, proper officer will grant registration, but only after site verification. After site verification means he will come for physical verification. So within what time, sir? Registration is granted within 30 days of application after verification of site and prescribed documents. That is, once I have submitted the application for registration, within 30 days, they will do physical verification, upload the details of physical verification and grant the registration. Within 30 days, all the game is over. Here it was 7 days because there was no physical verification and all. Whereas here they are giving 30 days because it will take time. Is that, yeah, guys, come on. Which are the 3 cases when physical verification can be done? Sir, I have failed to do Aadhaar authentication. First thing. Second thing, sir, I have done Aadhaar authentication, but also proper officer is finding doubt on me, sir. Can he come? Yes. Next, sir, third case, system is identifying me as a danger person. System is identifying me as danger person. Maybe my history is danger. Okay, maybe because of that. Okay. Yes, sir. In these 3 scenarios, proper officer will first do physical verification and then grant registration within 30 days. Okay. This is when if everything is found in order, guys. Next, sir, no, sir, something is missing. Proper officer is feeling he needs some more information, clarification, some more documents, some more information he need. Then what will he do? He will issue a notice, guys. So, proper officer will issue notice thereby seeking clarification, information or additional documents from the applicant electronically. So, notice will be given within what time? If it is 3 special cases, these 3 special cases, which will come here also, notice has to be given within what days? 30 days. See guys, this is when something is missing. You will issue notice and ask for clarification. No, sir, you want to do physical verification, but everything is okay. He doesn't need any additional information and all. You want to come just check physically. Then straight away you will go with it. Okay, now. So within 30 days, complete physical verification and issue the registration certificate. Whereas here, if you want some more information, documents, you will first issue notice within 30 days. No, sir, he is not doing any physical verification and all. Within what time he has to give notice? Within 7 working days. Within 7 working days. Once notice is given, what should applicant do? Respond to it within 7 working days. Within 7 working days. And assume he has responded and proper officer is satisfied with it. If proper officer is satisfied, then he will issue certificate of registration within 7 working days. Within 7 working days. Next, sir, what if he has not at all replied? Or else, he has replied, but proper officer is not satisfied with the reply. Then he will reject the application. He will reject the application for registration, guys. Okay, so. So you can observe if there is physical verification to be done and all, in both the places 30 days time is there. Whereas no physical verification means to issue registration certificate also 7 days, to issue notice also 7 days, guys. But if notice is given, you have to respond within 7 days. Once you respond within 7 days, if it is satisfied, they will grant registration certificate. Not satisfied, reject it. Reject it. Now, guys, there is 7 days time or 30 days time given to the proper officer. Sir, what if he is rejecting, he has to reject within that time. What if he is silent? By the end of 7th day, he is silent, sir. Correct. That is both. In both these cases, he is silent by the end of 7 days, sir. Then what, sir? Deemed registration. It is deemed registration. From 8th day, I am registered person. Thank you, proper officer, for being silent. I am already registered. 8th day, implied registration. Then, however, if Aadhaar authentication is not opted for or Aadhaar authentication fails in validation or proper officer deems it fit to carry out site verification, or where a person who has undergone Aadhaar authentication is identified on the common portal based on the data analysis and risk parameters to carry out site verification and no show cause notice is issued, then registration will be deemed to be approved within 30 days. So in this case, how much time they have to issue notice? 30 days. What if they are not issued notice within 30 days? Deemed registration. Deemed registration, guys. So whatever 7 days or 30 days time is given for the proper officer, if it doesn't respond within that time, then next day it is deemed registration, guys. And this is something new which they have made applicable now for all the states. Previously it was applicable only for some few selected states, but it is now applicable for all the states. Next, 27. Section 27 covers two special people, guys. That is CTP and NRTP. So all the provisions with respect to them is covered here. What is it? We will see. Guys, first we will understand who is CTP, who is NRTP. Then we will come to section 27. CTP is given in section 2 clause 20, guys. Casual taxable person is a person who occasionally undertakes a transaction involving supply of goods or services or both in the course or furtherance of business, whether as principal, agent or in any other capacity, in a state or union territory where he has no fixed place of business. So in simple, casual taxable person is someone who has a business in different state but comes to a different state now for a business purpose temporarily. Guys, assume I am from Karnataka. I am registered in Karnataka. Now, sir, there is some exhibition happening in Rajasthan. I am going and participating in that exhibition and sell my goods there. Exhibition is for 45 days. Should I take normal registration there? No. In Rajasthan, I have to take registration as CTP, casual taxable person. Now, before I start my business there, I have to obtain the registration. Okay, sir. Now, application for registration will be made in REG 01 only, 5 days prior to the commencement of business. And which return will you file? GSTR 1 along with GSTR 3B also. Whoever will file 1 will also file 3B, guys, but only for its registration period. In Rajasthan, he will file 1 and 3B for entire year. No, only for his active period of registration. Next, NRTP. Section 2 clause 77 defines NRTP as any person who occasionally undertakes transaction involving supply of goods or services or both, whether as principal or agent or in any other capacity, but who has no fixed place of business or residence in India. So this is a guy who is coming from outside India and doing business in India for a temporary period. Does he have any office or branch here? No. Assume a person from Paris is coming to participate in an exhibition in Gujarat for 20 days. He should take registration as what? NRT. Hence, non-resident taxable person is someone who has a business outside India but comes to an India for a business purpose temporary, and he does not have any branch or office here, guys. This guy should apply. Is the registration mandatory for this guy? Yes. He should apply for registration in which form? REG 09. 5 days prior to the commencement of business. And he should file which return? GSTR 5, not 1. He has a special return. Okay, sir. Only for his active period. Only for active period, not forever. Next. Guys, one important thing with respect to NRTP. This guy is coming from outside India. So he will get his goods from outside India. Yes, it is imported. Now, whatever IGST is paid on the import, can he claim the ITC of it? Yes, he can claim. Now listen. Sir, what if he purchase some goods in India and sell it? ITC is not available. ITC for NRTP is available only for the goods imported by him. If he has made any domestic purchase, he cannot claim credit. As per 17, guys. As per section 17. Now coming to 27. What is given in 27? Now this guys has to apply for registration 5 days prior to the commencement of business. CTP will apply in REG 1 and NRTP will apply in REG 9. Okay. And they have to deposit the tax in advance, guys. They have to estimate their tax liability and deposit the tax in advance, which will be credited to their electronic cash ledger. And whenever they're liable to pay any GST, they will pay out of it. Sir, what if they have deposited more amount? They can claim a refund later. Sir, what if they have deposited short? They have to deposit the extra amount and pay it. And they can get the registration for maximum how many days, sir? Maximum it is 90, which can be further extended for another 90. You can take for any number of days. Maximum is 90. Sir, can I take for 20, 40, 50 days? Yes, but maximum is 40. Sir, I have taken for 40 days. Now exhibition got extended. Can I take for another extension? Yes. Extension will be maximum for 90 days. Sir, can I straight away go and take for 180 days? 90 plus 90? No. Initial registration maximum 90. You can later request for extension. Maximum 90. So they can make taxable supply only once they have obtained certificate of registration. Guys, only for CTP one exception is there. For NRTP and CTP is registration mandatory? Yes. But if CTP is supplying notified handicraft goods or the goods which is predominantly made by hand, for them registration is not mandatory. They have to get registered only if their turnover cross 10 lakh or 20 lakh. Normal registration procedure and all done, guys. Now, sir, once I have made an application for registration, I have got registration certificate. Is the details given by me is permanent? Can I make some changes? Yes. Can I make the alteration with respect to information given by me at the time of registration? Yes, guys. So, section 28 of CGST Act provides for amendment. What is it? We will see. Every registered person and a person to whom a unique identity number has been assigned shall inform the proper officer of any changes in the information furnished at the time of registration or subsequent thereto with relevant documents within a period of 15 days of such change. Means once change happened, sir, assume I changed my mobile number, email or address. Should I intimate it and amend my details? Yes. The certificate of registration shall stand amended upon submission of such application. Means as soon as I make an application for amendment, it will stand amended. But only in case of NAP, approval is required. Only in case of NAP, approval is required, guys. What is NAP, sir? If the change is related to core field means only NAP. What is it? Change in the name of business, address of the business, and addition, deletion, or retirement of persons. That is plus or minus of persons, guys. Partners are directors, karta, managing committee, board of trustee, chief executive officer or equivalent responsible for day-to-day affairs of the business. Guys, this three we call it as what? Core fields. Easy to remember. NAP or PAN. Either way you remember. What is it? Change in name. Change in name of what? Business so, not person so. Change in name, change in address, change in persons. Persons means, sir, new partner, one of the partner is going out, anything like that. Plus minus of persons. Okay. In this case, is approval required? Yes. I will apply. As soon as I apply, it will not stand amended. Proper officer has to approve. Which does not warrant cancellation of registration, the proper officer shall, after due verification, approve the amendment within a period of 15 working days and issue the order. So, is approval required? Yes. Sir, what if it is other than NAP? Should I require the approval? No. As soon as I apply, it stand amended. In any other case, no approval of the proper officer is required, and the amendment can be affected by the taxable person on his own on the common portal, guys. Now listen. Sir, I am changing the address, sir. I had my registration in Karnataka. I am changing my address to Tamil Nadu, sir. Can I apply for amendment? No. Why? Change of state, you cannot apply for amendment. You have to cancel your registration in Karnataka, get a fresh registration in Tamil Nadu. Why, sir? State wise registration is state wise. Now, sir, I am transferring my address, or I am changing the address from Bangalore to Mysore, sir, or Bangalore to Hubli within Karnataka only. Can I apply for amendment? Yes. You can apply for amendment, guys. Is that clear? Yes. Next, C. The proper officer shall not reject the application for amendment without giving the person an opportunity of being heard. So here approval is required. Now, can he straight away tell, hey, no, I'm not approving? No. If you want to reject, first he will give notice. Wait for the response. After receiving the response, if he is satisfied, he will approve it. If he is not satisfied, reject it. Whenever, especially guys, not only here, any places, if proper officer is taking any serious action against the person, straight away he cannot take it. First, he has to give an opportunity of being heard for me. Means he will serve a notice to me, wait for my response, only then he can take the final call. D. In case where the proper officer is of the opinion that amendment sought is either not warranted or the documents furnished therewith are incomplete or incorrect, he may within a period of 15 working days from the receipt of application serve a notice. Means within 15 days he can approve or serve a notice. Okay. So serve a notice person to show cause, that is to reply. Within a period of 7 working days of service of order said notice as to why the application for amendment shall not be rejected. Guys, listen here. I have applied for change in NAP. So proper officer has how many days time now? 15 days. He can approve it or issue notice. He cannot straight away reject it. Once he give notice, I have to respond to it within 7 working days. Okay. The proper officer, if satisfied, shall approve the grant of amendment to the registration to the applicant within period of 7 working days from the date of receipt of such reply. Now I replied within 7 days. Now proper officer again has 7 days time, either to accept the reply or to reject the reply. In case where the applicant has not responded, means I have not at all replied within the time limit, or the proper officer is not satisfied with the reply. I have replied, but he is not happy with me. Happy with me in the sense reply. Then he may, for the reasons to be recorded in writing, shall reject the application for amendment. Next, in cases where the proper officer has not taken any action within a period of 15 days. So here he has 15 days time. He was silent. Or he served a notice. I replied to it. Now he has how many days time? 7 days. But he was silent. Then the applications for amendment shall stand amended. Implied acceptance. Aste. Next, F. Any rejection or approval of amendments under SGST Act or UTGST Act shall be deemed to be rejection under this Act also. This Act means here which Act? CGST Act. Next, if the change in the Constitution results in change in PAN, then fresh application has to be filed for registration and not the amendment for registration. For example, I sold my business to you. Can we apply for amendment? Sir, change the owner name anta. No. Because I would have taken the registration under my PAN. So I have to cancel my registration. You have to apply for registration under your PAN. Yet, application for amendment of registration cannot be filed for change in PAN because GST registration is PAN based. Last, similarly, application for amendment of registration form cannot be filed if there is change in place of business from one state to another state because GST registration is state specific. You cannot apply for amendment. The example what I gave for shifting of my address from Karnataka to Tamil Nadu. I have to cancel my registration in Karnataka and obtain a fresh registration in Tamil Nadu, guys. Note, mobile number, email address of authorized signatory can be amended only after online verification through GST portal. Next, cancellation. Sir, Once I have taken the registration, is it for lifetime? Yes, provided you are following everything properly. If you have violated any provision or if you have got bored with your business, can you cancel your registration? Yes. Yes, you can cancel. What is it? 29 subsection 1. Guys, 29 subsection 1 is clear case. I am the registered person. I myself is applying for cancellation. Or else I am gone forever. Can my legal representative apply for cancellation? Yes. Here, the cancellation is initiated by registered person or its legal representative. Okay. 29 subsection 1. The proper officer may either on his own motion or on application filed by the registered person or by his legal heirs, in case of death of such person, cancel the registration having regard to the circumstances where the business has been discontinued, transferred fully for any reasons, including death of the proprietor, amalgamated with other legal entity, demerged, or otherwise disposed of. I have sold my business to you. I should get my registration cancelled. Or else, sir, enough, sir. I am winding up my business. I am shutting down. I should get my registration cancelled. Next, there is any change in the constitution of the business, like, sir, I am shifting from Karnataka to Tamil Nadu. Example. Next, the taxable person is no longer liable to be registered under section 22 or 24 or intends to opt out of registration when he has taken voluntary. Voluntarily, I took registration, went into registration. Yo, sir, so much complaints, so much GST. I want to go out. Can I go out? Yes. Next, provided that during the pendency of the proceedings relating to cancellation of registration filed by the registered person, the registration may be suspended. May be suspended. Now listen. Sir, I am applying for cancellation. Now immediately tomorrow only registration will be cancelled. No. Proper officer will also cross check everything. He will collect all the information. So this will take time. From the day the cancellation proceedings is started till the date it is finalized, the registration can be suspended, means kept on hold. During suspension period also, I cannot do anything. Can I make outward supply? No. Sir, can I file returns? No. But once suspension is revoked, assume I will continue to be a registered person. Can I supply? Can I file returns? Can I issue tax invoice and all? Yes. Clear. Suspension is just like kept on hold. Even in your colleges and all, they do, hey, you're suspended for 2 days, 5 days, 10 days and that. Okay. You are not completely removed from college. Suspended for few days. Now, sir, what if I myself have applied? We have seen. Now, proper officer initiated. When will he initiate? Only if I have violated any provisions of GST law. Even in that case, guys, he cannot straight away take action against me. First, what will he do? Issue notice. Wait for my reply. Only then he can take a final call. 29 subsection 2, guys. The proper officer may cancel the registration of a person from such date, including any retrospective date, as he may deem fit, where a registered person has contravened such provisions of the Act or the rules made thereunder, as may be prescribed. Guys, somewhere important, they may ask straightforward theory question. Under what circumstances the proper officer can cancel the registration? So, Rule 21 provisions are there, where you have violated any of these, guys. Clause A is giving reference to rule. So, because as may be prescribed, they told. So, where is it prescribed? In Rule 21. Prescribed contraventions which make a registered person liable to cancellation of registration is as follows, guys. The registered person does not conduct any business from the declared place of business. He is not doing any business there. He has taken registration for his office, but he is not doing any business there. Or else, second one, issue invoice or bill without supply of goods or services in violation of provisions of this act or the rules made thereunder. Means he is giving some fake bills. Next, violates the provisions of section 171 of CGST Act. Section 171 of CGST Act contains provisions with respect to what? Anti-profiteering. Means, sir, the registered person is making money or profit in the name of GST. GST applicable is 12%, but he is collecting 18% from the customer. 6% is profit margin. Sir, can he do so? No, no. He cannot make profit in the name of GST. Next, violates the provisions of Rule 10A. That is, he has to give bank account details within certain time. What if he doesn't give? Registration can be cancelled. Next, avails ITC in violation of the provision of Section 16 of CGST Act or the rules made thereunder. Means even though I was not eligible for claiming credit, I have claimed it. Violates the provisions of Rule 86B, that is 50 lakh. Minimum 150. If my taxable turnover in a month is more than 50 lakh, minimum 1% I should pay through electronic cash ledger. Yes, I have not paid it. Okay. Next, furnishes the details of outward supply in Form GSTR 1 for one or more tax period, which is in excess of outward supplies declared by him in his valid return under Section 39, that is GSTR 3B, guys, for the said tax periods. Means there is a mismatch between GSTR 1 and GSTR 3B. Assume, guys, for March 25, I have filed my GSTR 1 giving the details of outward supply 20 lakh and output tax 2 lakh on it. Okay, sir. For the same month, I am also filing GSTR 3B, giving the details of outward supply, inward supply, output tax, input tax, everything. But as per GSTR 3B, my outward supply is only 18 lakh. Or my output tax is less than, assume 1.8 lakh I have discussed. So there is a mismatch between GSTR 1 and 3B with respect to outward supply. Can my registration be cancelled because of it? Yes. Clear? But if by chance, or what if there is a mistake in GSTR 1 and all, yes, you can correct it. And for that, they have brought one mechanism now called amendment, guys. So that is a new provision. We will learn it in returns chapter. Clear? Yes. If it is a mistake and all, can I correct it? Yes. But what if it is not mistake, sir? GSTR 1 and 3B is not matching. Then can my registration be cancelled? Yes, for the same month. How come it will not match? It has to match. Okay. All this were given where, guys? In Rule 21. Next, sorry, in Rule 21. Rest is given in Section 29, subsection 2 only. Clause B. Clause B. A person paying tax under Section 10, that is composition, has not furnished return for financial year beyond 3 months from the due date of furnishing the return, guys. So this guy who is covered under Section 10 has to file GSTR 4 annual return. He has not filed it 3 months even after the due date. Clear? Can his registration be cancelled? Yes. Then any registered person other than the person specified in clause B, means whoever is covered in Section 9, guys. Because clause B is only person covered under 10. Now clause C is for whom? Person covered under 9. Has not furnished the return for a continuous period of 6 months. That is, if he is following monthly returns. Or if quarterly returns filer does not file return for a continuous period of 2 tax period, that is 2 quarters. So whoever is under 9, they have 2 options. They can file monthly returns or quarterly returns. Quarterly returns, everyone is not available, only if your turnover is within the limit. If you are filing monthly returns and if you have not filed the returns for 6 continuous months, or if you are following QRMP, you have not filed the returns for 2 continuous quarters, your registration can be cancelled. Either 1 or 3B. Sir, I have not filed 1 for 6 continuous months, or I have not filed 1 for 2 continuous quarters. My registration can be cancelled. Sir, what if it is 3B? Cancelled. Next, D. Any person who has taken voluntary registration under Section 25, subsection 3 has not commenced the business within 6 months from the date of registration. Next, registration has been obtained by means of fraud, willful misstatement, or suppression of facts. That is, in my application for registration, whatever information I have given is all fake, sir. Can registration be cancelled now? Yes, guys. Provided that the proper officer shall not cancel the registration without giving the person an opportunity of being heard. Means notice will be given first. Only then he can make the final decision, guys. Now, sir, the proper officer started the cancellation proceedings by giving a notice. I have to respond to a notice. Then once I respond, again he will recheck again and then pass a final order. During this period, can I continue my operation? Normally, no. They will suspend your registration. From the day the cancellation proceedings is started till the date it is finalized, the registration would be suspended. During suspension period also you cannot do anything. Sir, when the suspension will end, proper officer can decide. Normally it will end when, sir? When the cancellation proceedings will end. Cancellation proceedings ending, you can have two results. One is, if proper officer is happy with whatever reply you gave, or else you filed all the pending returns, you made whatever default was there, you made it good. Then you may tell continue as a registered person. Will suspension comes to an end? Yes. Will my registration continue? Yes. Can I continue my show? Yes, I can continue my show. Next, sir, what cancellation proceedings came to an end? They told, registration officer told, sorry, proper officer told, because your registration is cancelled. Suspension will come to an end. Even registration also will come to an end, guys. Is that, sorry, is it any dead end for me? No, one more chance is there. What is it? I can apply for revocation. I can apply for revocation, guys. But listen here, revocation is only in case of 29(2). Sir, can I apply for revocation under 29(1)? No. Who asked for cancellation? Me only. Can I again ask, sir, give it back? No. In that scenario, what, sir? You can apply for a fresh registration. You can apply for a fresh registration. But if proper officer has started and he has cancelled my registration, can I request for revocation of cancellation? Yes. Only as per 29(2). Revocation is given in 30, guys. Next, 29 subsection 3. The cancellation of registration under this act shall not affect the liability of a person to pay the tax and other dues under this act or to discharge any obligation for any period prior to the date of cancellation. This now, just a minute. Sir, my registration is effective from, means cancellation is effective from 1st January. Now I received the order from the proper officer telling my registration is cancelled. Now guys, now you listen. Sir, I was liable to pay some amount before this. I was supposed to file returns before this. That means I will tell Tata bye-bye for that also? No. You have to do it. Even if it is after 1st January also, you have to pay whatever you are liable. You have to file all your pending returns. Now, sir, should I file the returns for the period after this? No, not required. Because your registration is cancelled from 1st January. 29 subsection 4. The cancellation of registration under SGST Act or UTGST Act, as the case may be, shall be deemed to be the cancellation under this Act. Under this Act means which Act? CGST Act, guys. Then 29 subsection 5. Sir, now my registration is cancelled. I am ceased to be a registered person. Now whatever goods I have with me is deemed to be supplied by me. On the date of cancellation, whatever goods I have along with me is deemed to be supplied by me. Should I pay GST on it? Yes, of course. Every registered person whose registration is cancelled shall pay an amount equivalent to credit of input tax in respect of inputs held in the stock, inputs contained in semi-finished goods or held in stock on the day immediately preceding the date of such cancellation, or the output tax payable on such goods, whichever is higher. Now guys, I had a stock of raw material, WAP and finished goods. On that I have already claimed ITC of 3 lakh, you assume. I already claimed and I have used it. Now if I sell these goods, the GST on that, that is output tax, is coming to 2.5 lakh. How much should I pay? 3 lakh or 2.5 lakh? Whichever is higher, 3 lakh. Now assume this is 4.5 lakh. How much should I pay? 4.5 lakh. Whichever is higher. ITC already utilized or the GST whatever I am supposed to pay on my sale value. Whichever is higher. Sir, what if all these are dead stock? I am not selling it at all. Then this will be 0. 3 lakh or 0. Whichever is higher. 3 lakh. At least pay that much. Asti. Papa, when you are going out also, they are not letting you to go freely. Next, proviso. Provided that in case of capital goods or plant and machinery, the taxable person shall pay amount equal to input tax credit taken on the said capital goods or plant and machinery, reduced by 5% or per quarter or part of the quarter, or the tax on such transaction value of such capital goods or plant and machinery, whichever is higher, same as 18(6). But 18.6 is not in case of cancellation. 18.6 is, sir, I had purchased capital goods or plant and machinery. I had claimed ITC. Now I am selling it, sir. I will continue with my business. I am just selling capital goods or plant and machinery. In that case, 18.6 told, whatever ITC you have claimed, bring it. Reduce 5% for each quarter. Remaining amount you take. Compare that on tax on sale value. Whichever is higher, you have to pay. I explained it along with some example. Same provision is applicable here, but in case of cancellation. Sir, my registration is getting cancelled, sir. So whatever capital goods and plant and machinery I have, on which I already claimed ITC, bring that ITC. Reduce 5% for each quarter till the date of cancellation. Take that ITC amount, remaining ITC amount. Compare that with GST on sale value. Whichever is higher, you have to pay. So in the bracket, I have given it as same as 18.6 so that you can study it together. It will be easy. Cancellation done, sir. Is it a dead end? No, sir. One last chance I have. Sir, ಹೋಗಿ ರಪ್ಪಂತ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಕಾಲಿಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡಿ. Sir, please give it, sir. Sir, is it required physically? No. Apply it online. 30 subsection 1. Guys, listen. Sir, I can ask for revocation only in case of 29.2. Can I ask for revocation under 29.1? No, no, no. Last section. ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, control ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. 30 subsection 1. Feeling hungry? Hungry for knowledge. Good. Any registered person whose registration is cancelled by proper officer on his own motion, which section they are talking about? 29 subsection 2. May apply for revocation of cancellation of registration within 90 days from the date of service of cancellation order. Means once you receive the cancellation order, from there that 90 days time you have. Not from the effective date of cancellation. Assume effective date of cancellation is 1st January, but you received the order on 10th January. So 90 days will start from 10th January. 10th January. Okay. However, on sufficient cause can be extended by the commissioner of or the officer authorized by him in this behalf, not below the rank of additional commissioner or joint commissioner for the further period not exceeding 180 days. So it is normal time is how much? 90 plus 180 days extension. Extension is maximum 180, need not be always 180. Oh, provided, sir, my registration was cancelled due to any of this failure, sir. Now, can I straight away apply for revocation? No. First, make whatever you have failed, make it good. Then only apply for revocation. Sir, no, sir, my returns are still pending, sir. Can I apply for revocation? Revocation also will be rejected. Revocation also will be rejected. Why? You are still continuing as the same person. How can you apply for revocation? Correct, no, guys. See, by chance, sir, last time my result was unsuccessful. With the same level of knowledge, with the same attitudes, with the same knowledge, I am going to the next exam. You already know the result. Should you wait for official notification? No. Correct, now. So obviously, students, I know that they would have worked hard this time. They will find out, sir, what went wrong. Okay, this time, last time, PGPP I skipped, exemption I skipped, that I skipped, this I skipped. This time, no skipping. Everything covering. I will cover everything and go so that I am in a more comfortable position. That is what now you have to change. Only then result will change. Oh, same way here. If you have made any default because of which registration is cancelled, with the same default you cannot go for apply for revocation. First make all the default good. Provided that no application for revocation shall be filed if the registration has been cancelled for the failure of registered person to furnish return, unless such returns are furnished and any amount due as tax in terms of such returns has been paid, along with any amount payable towards interest, penalty and late fee in respect of the said returns. Means even if any tax dues are pending or interest, late fee, please pay that and apply for revocation. Then 30 subsection 2 is telling, if proper officer is satisfied that there are sufficient grounds for revocation of cancellation, he may revoke the cancellation of registration by an order within 30 days of receipt of application and communicate the same to the applicant. Applicant will be full happy. Yes, I will continue with my registration anta. Otherwise, he may reject it. However, before rejecting the application, first he should issue show cause notice to the applicant, who shall furnish the clarification within 7 working days. The proper officer shall disclose the application, that is, either accept or reject within 30 days of receipt of clarification. Once you give show cause notice, the applicant has 7 days to reply. Once he replies, proper officer will have 30 days time either to accept it or reject it. If you accept the response, then he will tell you can continue to be a registered person. Revocation order is passed. If he is not satisfied with your reply, what will he tell? Your revocation application is rejected. That means you will continue to be cancelled. Means your registration will be cancelled. You cannot continue as registered person. 30 subsection 3. The revocation of cancellation of registration under SGST Act or Duty GST Act, as the case may be, shall be deemed to be the revocation of cancellation of registration under this Act. This Act means CGST Act. Okay. This one. All returns due for a period from the date of order of cancellation or effective date of cancellation of registration till the date of order of revocation of cancellation of registration have to be furnished within a period of 30 days from the date of order of revocation. This is only when revocation order is passed. Guys, here you also write read with section 16.6. Connect to this and study. I have already explained it when I was covering section 16 ITC. Remember? Yes. Fine, guys. So this is all about registration topic.